Every time when new government come, they go bring new rules. All of a sudden, they wan turn us to Western world. Make we dey pay tax. Make we dey do this. Make we dey do that. On every time wey dem give us any opportunity, like they give us light a whole day, we go pay for am with all we ever got. So many people go just wash their hand comot say e never happen to me, so I no need to put mouth. But na lie o. We just need to come together to make this one work. The one wey dey even dey sweet me for inside this whole matter be say, even the leaders wey we dey look up to, una dey see am with all the guards and everything, wey make me dey fall back to that adage wey always dey talk say, no matter the economy of the jungle, say lion no fit ever eat grass. Say if God dey run am for you, make you dey thank God on daily basis. You might not be having it all, but God dey always come through. Na im be this one so. Because if una look Wike in 2017, una come look Wike of now, una go understand this thing when I dey talk so. With all the guards, with all the money, with all the protection, with everything that it takes. No be him dey shout Jesus, 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 in the name of Jesus, fire, Father, Lord, for inside plane wey bin wan crash that last time. No be him dey go through a lot now. A lot of things dey happen o. Make una make sure say una watch this video from beginning to the very end, so that una go know how things really dey happen for this our country, and how if we no talk, we'll continue to be where we dey, no moving forward. Make we watch am, guys.
Nigeria is the only country where children of the people that we voted in are using G-Wagon and Rolls Royce to go to function, where the children of the people where they pay the tax are taking Keke Marua and Okada. Children of the people paying tax, they are using Keke Marua and Okada. But the children of the people that we elect to manage our resources are using Rolls Royce and G-Wagon. They are even loading over us, the taxpayers, only in Nigeria.
Alright, so I'm on my way to the hospital where we rushed one of the victims of kidnapping that was shot and left for dead by the road on our way from Auchi through the Akure road after Afuze. So I'm on my way to go and see how he's doing. But this lady on my screen, they are students of Auchi Polytechnic. They are part of the people that the kidnappers took into the bush. Yesterday, they took a lot of people in the bush, the people in the Afemai bus. So the bus was parked on the road. They had already moved everybody out. So that guy, they shot him. And thank God, they said he's doing well now. So I'm going to check up on him. So first things first, I'm calling on the Inspector General of Police, Kayode Betoku. I'm also calling on the Chief of Army Staff, Oluyede Olufemi. And I'm calling on the Chief of Defense Staff. Please, I beg you people, deploy your men to go into those bushes. There are Nigerians in those bushes that have been taken away by armed kidnappers. Please, send your boys. They've not gone far. It's still very fresh. Those people are there. Those people are inside that bush. Please deploy your men. Please. These people that they took into the bush include women and children. Please. A whole bus. They took all of them. A whole bus. Please. The truth is that Nigeria right now, we are pretty much surrounded. We are surrounded everywhere by kidnappers, especially in this Niger Delta region. We are pretty much surrounded, not even only in the Niger Delta region, almost everywhere. In the east, it's happening everywhere. We are pretty much surrounded. But please, for now, this is still very much fresh. I am 100% convinced that these people are in that bushes. So the Inspector General of Police, Kayode Betoku, the Chief of Army Staff, Oluyede Olufemi, and the Chief of Defense Staff, Christopher Musa, please deploy your men to go into those bushes. Thank you.
May God in his mercy continue to dey bless VDN. God bless you, VDN. You will never know a better yesterday, for standing for Nigerians, for being a voice to the voiceless. Your own no go ever spoil. I pity for people where they say, VDM na manipulator, VDM na content creator. I pity for una. I pray make Nigeria no happen to una. Na that time una go know say, VDM is really a voice and should be protected by all means. Because look at what is going on. Now this kind way nine country suppose be. My people, make we continue to dey watch am. A lot of things really dey update full this video. No skip any part so that una go understand am.
At the end of their 101st NEC held in July, resolved to zone the presidency to the south. For this reason, Bala Mohammed is now happy to serve as running mate to former President Goodluck Jonathan, if and when Goodluck Jonathan decides to throw his hat in the ring and contest for the presidency. There are many people who believe that he can still have a shake of the dice, talking about the presidency. So Bala Mohammed, who was his minister of FCT for years, now feels that it is better for him to contest for the vice presidency with Goodluck Jonathan as the standard bearer of the party. Seyi Makinde, the governor of Oyo State, is very much interested in contesting the presidency. He believes he's in a different party. He believes that he does not have to get out of the race or refuse to contest because the president is contesting. As far as he's concerned, the president is from a rival party, so he doesn't feel that he owes the president anything. He doesn't feel that he should bury his own interests, his ambition, because the president is certainly going to seek a second term. So Seyi Makinde is very much interested in contesting for the presidency. And he has said it openly that he doesn't feel inferior to anyone when it comes to contesting for the presidency. So they have their interests. Wike has his interests. Wike believes that his friend Dan Obi must be the South-South chairman of the party. He also opposes the person that the other powerful people in the party want to bring as Southeast chairman of the party. So these misunderstandings are there. But the moment Seyi Makinde found a way to convince party men and women to allow the convention to hold in Ibadan on the 15th of November, I knew that he had gotten a good head start against the FCT minister, because the convention will have far-reaching implications. The person who will lead the party and lead it to the next election will be decided at that convention. Other key positions like secretary and the rest of them will be decided at that convention. Many people are convinced that Wike's friend, the secretary of the PDP, will not be returned after that convention. As far as they are concerned, his decision, his last assignment was simply to sign the notice to the INEC about the convention that will take place on November 15th. The chairman of the party, who originally was sponsored to the position by the governor of Bauchi State before he became chumia with Wike, the party has technically zoned the national chairmanship of the party to the Northwest, which effectively takes the Amagum out of the contest for the chairmanship. So when you look at the way everything is going, Wike's interests are not being addressed. It is clear that other people in the party, other big wigs, the governors, their interests do not align with Wike's interests. Yes, Wike still has one or two strong friends among the governors, but the majority of the governors, majority of the members of the NWC currently, majority of the members of the Board of Trustees, led by Adolphus Wabara, clearly they see things differently. They don't want to toe Wike's line. From the feelers that I'm getting, if care is not taken during this convention of the party, they may even decide to punish the FCT minister. Because the PDP governors had a meeting yesterday in Gusau, a meeting that lasted 5 hours. Ibrahim, you know what it means for people to have a meeting that lasts 5 hours. So many issues came up. So many issues came up. And if Bala Mohammed has his way, honestly, Wike will be expelled this moment. So from the feelers I'm getting, some of them want Wike to be sanctioned, whether it's going to be a suspension or whatever, because they see him attempting to stop their convention as a step taken too far. They believe that they have tolerated him long enough, and that this time around, it may be necessary to move against him. Remember, Makinde sees himself now as the person who can stop Wike. He believes he has the clout, he believes he has the resources as a sitting governor. And, you know, when he heard what Wike said about not being aware of the convention taking place, a convention that the decision has been taken since July, and he said he will reject the Ibadan convention. Makinde then said, personally, when people go low or they go into the gutters, I don't go with them. That was Makinde's reaction. The deputy publicity secretary of the party has also been speaking. He was on one of the foreign radio stations, and he responded to Wike's decision to reject the Ibadan Convention, having denied knowledge of it. So he then said that Wike had been sabotaging their party, and that this time around they are not going to allow him to get away with sabotaging the election, trying to get a quote, direct quote from Ibrahim Abdullah, the deputy publicity secretary of the party. But he firmly said that whatever Wike tries to do, they are ready for him. They will not allow him to sabotage their party. That Wike Wike said Wike is a man who likes to pick fights. If Wike was loyal to the party, he should have been following and implementing the party's decisions. But he's been opposing the decisions of the party. And he said that from Wike's latest actions, it would seem that he is more interested now in promoting the interests of the APC than aligning with the plans, with the interests of the PDP. So when you look at the number of people, the number of big shots who attended the Lagos meeting, the consultative forum on the zoning arrangement that the party intends to put in place, you will see that it will seem that like this time around, the party is serious. And I think also that the performance of the party in the by-elections have encouraged them that the party is not down and out, that the party still remains in terms of the structures at the grassroots, that the party still remains the closest to the APC. Many people have dismissed the PDP, believing that the new party ADC will do very well in the by-election. But as we have seen, the PDP during that contest was the closest to the APC. They even won some of the seats, and they came close to winning some seats. It means that they still retain some loyalty at the grassroots. They still retain some sympathy, and if they put their house in order, they can get stronger. I've said a number of times on Journalist Anger that what needs to be done by the PDP is for them to stop the defection, the gale of defections. If they can stop the gale of defections, they can then work on they can then work on stabilizing the party. And if their convention can be successful, if they achieve their aim of achieving unanimity in the course of their convention, it will help strengthen the party, and some of their members who were already giving up will begin to take the party seriously again. This is what people like Governor Makinde are trying to do. Believe that the party still retains support across the country. Yes, he's been weakened, but certainly it still remains the second strongest party in our country. And as we have seen in the by-elections, it still retains the capacity to give the APC a good fight in some of the states, despite the fact that they've lost some governors. So if they will work hard, put an end to the internal wranglings bedeviling the party, they stand a good chance of surviving, because many people had given up on the party. They believed that the party was nearing its death. But I do not want to give up that the PDP is dead. There are still steps that they can take to strengthen the party. So I will not be surprised if they end up punishing Nyesom Wike for the first time at the Ibadan Convention, because once they are able to agree and the governors are singing from the same book, they will all come together and take a decision against him. But some of his friends among the governors, he still has friends, at least 2 or 3 among the PDP governors, some of whom he helped to get to power, sponsored some elections of some of them, he assisted some of them financially. They remain indebted to him, and it's difficult for such people to take him on. So this is what we have seen. He has lost the chairman of the party already. Damagum, from his latest utterances, does not appear to be interested in retaining his support for Wike. So he's back.
That's right.
back on the side of people like Bala Mohammed. So it's a game of interest, right? It's a big game of interest, and at the end of the day, if care is not taken, the FCT minister, he may be facing his biggest challenge in the PDP in the next few months by the time the convention is held.
Now, looking at the rift between Wike and your state governor, Seyi Makinde, who were former G5 allies, they both engaged in anti-party activities, especially by opposing Atiku in 2023, but now clash over party control, as you've said. It has now escalated with Wike's camp rejecting zoning talks and vowing to challenge the Ibadan venue. But simply stated, it's about power balances, as you said. Now, given backstories like Wike's accusation of betrayal and his group's meetings to counter injustice, how persuasive do you consider the counter-argument that postponing or relocating the convention could prevent a high-stakes showdown, especially by preserving party cohesion ahead of 2027? Do you see the party still, falling like a pack of cats, as it's been said?
No, if one of the resolutions made by the governors after their 5-hour meeting yesterday in Gusau was to abide by all the decisions reached at the 101st NEC meeting of the party held in July. That was where the decision was reached to zone the presidency to the south and to zone other positions in line with the interests of party men and women. Once they have taken that decision, that there was no going back on their convention, once they've taken the decision to endorse all of the decisions reached, to stand by all of the decisions reached during their NEC meeting held in July, it means that they are ready to go ahead, because these are governors, and that's the most important unit within the party. Just like it is in the APC, the governors are very powerful because they are the ones who fund the party, So once they've taken that decision and they don't go against it, it will send the right signal to party members that the party is ready to stay strong, stand together. And whatever Wike says, once those governors have decided that they were going to stand by their decision to have that convention on the 15th of November, I think it bodes well for the party. But if it gets postponed, it will do a big reputational damage to the party, and I'm sure they know it. So no one knows what Wike will do next. Maybe we'll try to use the courts to stop the convention, but I think from the feelings that I'm getting, I think that they have made up their minds to go ahead with that convention, whatever Wike thinks. They are ready to dare him to do his worst, but that they will go ahead with the convention. So this is the thing. And if you listen to the Deputy Publicity Secretary speaking on one of the foreign radio stations, you will see that they are not prepared to listen to Wike this time. They are ready to dare him, and he even issued subtle threats, which will point to the fact that they could be moving against him this time around. Because to them, he's out to kill their party.
Right. Let me take some comments. Looking at okay, yeah, trying to look for the comments. Yep. Chinwe Okonkwo says PDP governors are right to push for the November 15 convention. It shows strength post 2023 defections. Wike's zoning complaints seem like a distraction. Delaying would make PDP look weak to APC. Abdullahi Musa says rushing the convention is risky. Wike's right, unresolved South-South issues could split PDP further. A delay to fix zoning disputes might prevent court battles or more defections. Fumilayo Adebayo says, I'm torn. Governors want unity, but Wike's legal threats could invalidate the convention. PDP risks chaos if they don't address inclusivity concerns first. Emeka Nwankwo says, Wike's hypocrisy as FCT minister under APC is clear. Governors should stick to the convention plan. Let Wike take it to court. PDP is bigger than him. And Kemi Alabi says, I back the governors. November 15 is crucial for a new NWC to challenge APC. Wike's noise ignores his neck invite. Hold the convention. Let courts decide. Mohammed Sani says, forcing the convention without inclusivity risks court injunctions and INEC rejection. PDP's internal mess could doom its 2027 opposition role. Now, looking at some of the comments, because with the party's warning of sanctions against Wike for potential anti-party activities, while it vows court action to enforce zonal congress outcomes, legal battles loom large, reminiscent of the past PDP injunctions that halted events. In straightforward language, Wike, courts could intervene. So looking at these tensions, how do you evaluate the legal implications, especially looking at the risk of INEC non-recognition or constitutional breaches? And what strategies could mitigate challenges like parallel structures or further erosion of democratic values within the party?
I don't know exactly what Wike intends to do. I'm not close to him. I've not seen him since 2022, except on TV. I don't know what's going through his mind. I don't know how he's thinking. But a court order stopping the convention will feel like a dagger straight to the heart of the PDP. For so long, they couldn't organize a neck. The media taunted them. But at last, they had a successful neck. And that neck rolled out a plan for the convention. Everything was going on smoothly. So if a court order throws spanner in the works, it will set back the party massively. And it could feel like they are starting all over again. And no one knows how easy it could be for them to hammer out the kind of deal that they hammered out in July, enabling them to fix a date for convention. Remember, to even hold meetings was tough for them. Neck they couldn't hold for a long time. But now they've had neck, they fixed date for convention, which is the highest decision-making organ of the party. So it gives hope to people in the PDP that their party may eventually bounce back again. And the kind of big shots that I see attending their meetings these days will suggest that the party is coming back together. People like Mohamed Adoke, the former Attorney General of the Federation, during Jonathan's era, he attended the meeting. Olagun Sri Lola, Bode George, the National Assembly caucus of the party, governors, former governors like Udom Emmanuel of Akwa Ibom, governors like Doyediri, governors like Fintri. You know, even the governors who couldn't attend sent representatives. So I can see their determination to come together to make the party strong again. But any court ordered stop to their convention will be a massive blow. To be a massive blow. The kind of blow that the party will find difficult to recover from, because at this time they are doing well in terms of the way they come together, and a lot of their members are going to the ADC. You know it already. So they cannot afford not to get it right. Cannot afford not to get it right. Maybe in the coming days they will be able to reach out to Wike to stop him from stopping their convention through a court order. Maybe. I don't know how they are thinking. A lot of them have given up on Wike. They are tired of him. They don't even want to talk to him. You know, Makinde was saying Wike had gone too far, and no one should be allowed to derail the party, let alone prevent it from holding its scheduled convention. This is the way many of them are thinking, that they needed to do something about the FCT minister if their parties to survive.
Yeah, very, very interesting stuff. Before we call it a wrap, I just wanted to share a thought or one. Okay, let me take 1-2 comments and then I ask my last question. Aisha Bilu says PDP's rush ignores Wike and southern leaders without
bounce back. Sule Lamido begs Tinubu. I repeat, if Tinubu can help us to sack Wike, it will help the opposition to bounce back. Sule Lamido, former governor of Jigawa State, begs Tinubu. Now the question is Wike the problem of the opposition? Now look at this. The former Rivers State governor warned that a fresh crisis could erupt if the PDP refused to acknowledge the zonal congress that elected his ally, Dan Obi, as national vice chairman, South-South. Now, there is this clash between Makinde, the governor of Oyo State, and Wike. Now, some elements in the PDP is asking the president, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, that Wike is the problem. Please help us sack Wike so that the opposition can bounce back. We have 4 political parties. We have the APC, we have the Labour Party, we have the ADC, and we have the PDP. Like I said, the only 2 relevant political parties for presidency, as we speak, we have the APC and the ADC. The last by-elections, now the PDP believes that with the last by-elections, we are a viable party. Yes, we are a viable party. I don't know how the PDP wants to perform in the 2027 presidential election when they have somebody like Wike calling the shots or trying to cause confusion in the party, and that person is loyal to President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. If you look at Southwest Nigeria, most of the states in Southwest and some PDP in Southwest have endorsed President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. I know that there are some loyal PDP voters in the Southwest, yes, even in Northern Nigeria, but that would not constitute to the PDP producing the president come 2027. Now, why did I say that the PDP is not a contester when it comes to presidency? Now, you have a party. You have a Wike that his activities sent an article out of the party, sent a David Mark out of the party, and many other top guys in the PDP out of the party to go and form an ADC. Now, the likes of Babachi Lawal, Saraki, and Sheyi Makinde, who were allies before, like Sheyi Makinde and Wike were allies before, they are in the PDP. And these people have sympathy for President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, except for Babachi Lawal. I don't know about him. Now, how can the PDP produce the presidency? That is why I said the PDP, in the equation of people that are going to produce presidency, that have the capacity to win elections, 2027, the PDP is not part of it. Now, let's look at Wike. Is Wike the problem of the opposition? I can say yes, Wike is a big factor when it comes to opposition, especially the PDP. Why do we have the ADC today? It is because of Wike. You can you can say Wike. I was arguing with some people. They told me that Wike is inconsequential. I told them that don't underrate Wike. Now his alliance with the APC and Tinubu made us to see a state of emergency in Rivers State. You can see how they reduced a governor to a PA. How Tinubu reduced a governor to a PA. It tells a lot. Even the footballer self, he doesn't look like somebody that is interested to come back again. He has been boxed. He has been put in a capsule. So if the influence of Wike or the activities of Wike, if you look at the drama that happened in Rivers State, it tells you a lot about how Wike can, can be able to become a problem to the opposition. See, for 2027, I have told you before that you look at who is the head of the executive. The president, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, is the head of the executive. Who is the head of the legislature? It is Akpabio. Who is the head of the judiciary? My own personal observation, it is Wike that is head of the judiciary. That is, if I am in an exam hall and I write it, you can fail me because that is my point of view. Now, when you look at 2007, like I told you, you see all these INEC commissioners. Now they are recruiting professors that will become the returning officers for 2027. And as a professor, if the APC under Tinubu is recruiting you, you understand that normally a corrupt system, there will be terms and conditions for whatever you're going to do. I'm telling you, they called the Fubara to Abuja and they did an agreement. That agreement they did is not part of the constitution. You understand how politics is being played. So even with Wike is in charge of that aspect. I'm telling you, you see Abure going to meet Wike. It tells you a lot how powerful and how strategic the man Wike is. Don't underrate these guys. Don't underrate Akpabio. Don't underrate Wike. Don't underrate Tinubu. These guys are tough and terrible guys. So if the president should sack his reported best performing minister and somebody that is very, very instrumental when it comes to the 2027 elections. Like I told you, on Tinubu's mind, all he wants to do is to complete 8 years. And Wike is one of the persons that he needs to have in his camp. When it comes to politics, those that play the dirty politics, look at how Wike was able to rig out the Labour Party, who got a lot of votes in Rivers State, even though they were supposed to win the governorship. Look at what Wike did. Some governors were saying, how do you do such a thing? Man, come and tell us how you were able to. People died in the elections. So these guys are ruthless. These are the people the president, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, wants to be in his camp so that they can muzzle everybody they can muzzle and also they can get re-elected. So if the North or Sule Lamido is begging Tinubu to sack Wike, that is a misplaced priority. I don't think the Tinubu, well, maybe he's just like doing comedy. Now, it tells you a lot about how Northern Nigeria is being relegated when it comes to politics. Now, if you're talking politically, powerful men in politics, today, people that are powerful in politics, at least from now to 2027 and 20, even beyond, if Tinubu wins or not, at least these guys are shown how powerful they might be. You see that Wike of a person, he was able to hold down PDP even under Buhari's regime, when they even decided to take the state from him second term. Just that Buhari was not that politician that could play dirty or was interested, maybe was not interested in taking over Rivers State by force the way Tinubu would have done when he was Buhari. You saw how he defended the state. Now, between Atiku and Wike, who is supposed to be respected in the party, I think Wike should be respected because Wike weathered the storms. Reportedly, allegedly, Wike used Rivers State funds to take care of the party. I'm telling you, to take care of the party, did a lot of things, created a lot of friends. Even Tabual, his friends, they betrayed him. Maybe one of the reasons why he's fighting like a wounded animal is because of the betrayal. Maybe the betrayal. Some of the things he wanted, the thing, his aspirations under the PDP. Even the last election, Wike was supposed to be, whether he's a vice president to Atiku, the betrayal and everything got him. Yes. So as we speak, Wike is a factor when it comes to Nigeria politics. See, you can abuse people your abuse is not tantamount to the influence. Wike, I was speaking to some PDP members like last year. We were saying, who's Wike? Atiku will do this, Atiku will do that. And I asked them the question, when Atiku abandoned the PDP, who now held the party? Who was, now only Wike get problem. Not only Wike, he go appoint chairman today, go sack chairman. Are you not asking yourself that question? How is this guy able to do it? Secondus did should be now, what is that? That's Northern chairman. I've forgotten his name. How is Wike able? You should sit down and just this Wike. Now him leave PDP. Now him they work for Tinubu. Now him chase Atiku and go away. Now him they brag. Now him reduce Fubara to not. Wike even said that if not for Tinubu, my own is to remove Fubara. Wike have boys in Rivers State. His boys are in the APC, but he's in the PDP. He's in the PDP. He's calling shots in the PDP. This is their convention, November 15. He said if they want more crisis, he wants his allies to be part of the PDP. His own ally. He has allies, both north, south, and east. Eho Wike has allies, both north, south, and east. It tells you a lot about this man called Wike. He's a very, very wicked person, but you cannot take away the fact that this guy is a politician. How is he able to elevate himself in Rivers State politics to the extent that he's much more influential? There was a video of him negotiating with the APC. If I join the party, what is in for me? We thought it was a playful video. This guy is not they come with in comedy again. It was playful. All of a sudden, he's appointed FCT minister. From there, everything changed. This is a politician that understands Nigerian politics. I'm not telling you that Nigerian politics is the best politics for an average human being. Nigerian politics is dog eat dog. Dog eat dog. You see, Northern Nigeria begging Tinubu to sack Wike. It tells you the level that they have descended. How can a PDP, a party, because they said the other time anti-party activities, they take Wike to court now. Northern Nigeria, now they start all these shenanigans. That's why Wike gets so many evidence to hold them for their broadcast. They did a convention in Calabar, and because of the maneuver politics, so that they can produce an article, they just push the convention aside. And that convention produced, is it not Dan Obi, Wike's ally? And they want to do another convention. He's insisting, yes, South. Dan Obi is my ally. He must be there. Wike intact. But if it's presidency, I don't think. Because I don't see a Wike working against a Tinubu. I'm telling you. See, Wike as he is planning for 2031. You go shock to say that Wike feed be the vice presidential candidate 2031. Maybe Ribado and Wike. There's nothing that's not possible. Or you see, why the more Nigerian politics is, the more you look, the less you see. So whatever that's going on in the PDP, my brother, you cannot stop a Wike. Tinubu cannot sack his best performing minister. These guys are politicians. I don't know why we are not too experienced in the politics, Nigerian politics, will see it that a former governor of Jigawa State, Sule Lamido, of that influential person, will come out and start begging Tinubu to sack Wike. Just maybe his beg will just make Tinubu sack Wike. It tells you that how desperate Northern Nigeria is when it comes to all these things. He cannot sack Wike now. If he's Sule Lamido saying he go sack Wike, somebody that is, Tinubu, if he sees loyalty, he rewards loyalty. He sees a Wike as somebody that can't be loyal. He sees an Akpabio as somebody that can't be loyal. He doesn't see El-Rufai as somebody that his loyalty can be tested. I'm telling you. Even Wike to join the APC now, well, you know why? Some APC elements don't want Wike to join the party because if you enter the party, you go easy in performance and loyalty, outperform every other person, and be in the good books of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, because That's the kind of politics they play. So as it is, when you talk about top influential politicians in Nigeria today, Wike day, I'm telling you, Wike might be, when it comes to Nigerian politics, Wike might be much more influential than a P2B. Today, as we speak, if Wike is being presented as a candidate, and with the way P2B is running the whole obedient Labour Party thing, and Wike and Obi, they are put side by side with today's reality, with all the systems that we have in place, with all the corruption and everything that we have in place, Wike is going to beat a Peter Obi, not in a free and fair elections. If you're asking for free and fair elections, Tinubu will not even win an election in the first place. But we are talking about with the way Nigeria is being structured. Let them play the politics. If Wike comes out in a party and P2B comes out in a party, you'll be shocked. Are you not shocked how PDP performed in the last by-elections and how both El-Rufai was beaten in Kaduna? Atiku, his own boy Fintiri, was beaten in Kaduna. And also the next person, Obi, was defeated in Anambra State by Soludo. You can't even compare Soludo to Obi. So when they say politics is local, and most times you need to have a grassroots appeal. You need to be sure that from my constituency, where my base is, people are intact. I know that those people that are in power, they use money to buy loyalty from their grassroots. You know, every now and then, you see empowerment, they'll come, they'll give them 5,000. Rapper, those ones now to make them feel belonging, that these guys get out for mind. One or two things, they just carry one or two persons from their constituency, maybe they become PA. All those kind of things, political things that happen so that the people, they can maintain their grassroots. Yes, politics. So, whatever it is, I know that the PDP, there's a plot to destabilize that PDP. And that PDP becomes irrelevant as we speak. Now, the only two parties that can produce the presidential candidate of Nigeria is ADC and APC. There's nothing you want to do about it. Labour Party is another smoke screen. They are trying to push out Abure. Today, this one, Nenadi is the authentic chairman. Tomorrow, it is Abure. They are interpreting this, they are interpreting that. This one interpret tomorrow, that one interpret tomorrow. Everything will just scatter. PDP will be one of the tools used by Tinubu to undermine northern Nigeria. That PDP, most northerners are the PDP now. I'm telling you. For southern part of Nigeria, only Makinde for your Ibadan. They have loyal voters. You know, one thing about politics, it will get to a point in time whereby it is not about party anymore. It's about interest. Where you are coming from, your interest. Yes, we from here, we don't care about party. This person is the person that we want. It will get to that point. Because APC and the kind of politics they are playing will make everybody restructure to that point. Whereby if we are voting somebody that we know, and we will create a pressure group around that person. We don't care of the national appeal. It will destroy, APC will destroy this national politics after this Tinubu. I'm telling you, if they win President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, he go scatter something. No. If they remove President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, I tell you, say, him go scatter something. If he continues, he go scatter something. It be like say his aim in this life is to make sure that Northern Nigeria is irrelevant in politics. That national politics. Because Northern Nigeria no go allow the Yorubas control that national politics after Tinubu. I've said this before that Tinubu may be Nigeria's last president, or Tinubu may be Nigeria's last Yoruba president. Because the mindset of an average Northerner, you see this Sule Lamido, he was blasting Tinubu the other time about Nadeko, about democracy, what happened, Tinubu this and that. These people actively are fighting against themselves because of power. He wanted to become the Senate president, but they push him aside. Him and Oji Uzo Kalu. The Tinubu factor did not see them as people that can exhume loyalty. For Tinubu in politics, loyalty is very important. It doesn't care. Capacity can come second, but loyalty is very important. They believe that if you are loyal, they can put you through a system, their own system, or system of criminality, a system whereby you can be able to do some little achievement. They believe in evil geniuses. Yes, people like Akpabio, he looks like a loyal person. He's a loyal person. He has that loyalty. Of course, now when you get case with EFCC, you could calm down, you call lawyer. When you don't even get political base, your people say from Akwa Ibom, they don't even send you. All this one that Governor Eno is doing, PDP is still strong in Akwa Ibom. So you have to lawyer. We can say, if something happened, if Tinubu no day, if something happened, the people the enemies we have created, my brother, is much more than, I've never seen anybody that have enemies like Wike in Nigeria today. There's no person, no politician that has enemies home and abroad like Wike. So Wike has to be loyal to a Tinubu because that lifeline is getting from Tinubu, my brother. Okay. And the funny thing is that Wike cannot join the APC because Wike in the APC will help the PDP organize themselves. So PDP has to be a dead party for Tinubu to emerge. If Tinubu emerge, whatever the agreement is, now then know, he and Wike, now then know the agreement. And if you go back to factory setting and status quo, a whole Wike is able to push Atiku out of the party, send all of them packing, and they went to form an ADC. They are not able to contain the essences of Wike, this element. And you tell me that Wike is not a politician. Wike almost won Atiku in that primaries. Wike almost won. It was this 9-minute betrayer from Tambuwal who he called his very good friend. He sponsored a lot of politicians in northern Nigeria. Wike has been playing that politics with Rivers funds, reportedly. He has been playing that politics for a very long time. He have been building that bridges. Wike has that popularity in northern politicians. This the acting chairman of the PDP, where is he from? Most of the people that are supporting Wike, the factions that are supporting Wike, where are they from? Are they not from northern Nigeria? They're from northern Nigeria. And you
threatening the people of FCT, Wike, not be by mouth. Wike, make I tell you, you know if you run am. Even Erufai try am. Erufai no fit. Go ask Erufai. Erufai strong pass you, get bad mind pass you, wicked pass you. But in try me no fit run am. You saw those villages where they threaten for Abuja. Make I tell you, Wike, you no fit. You no fit demolish any of those villages. Instead, now come and I go hit you. Now come and if you no take time, you go be the only idiot minister where then give minister where you no spend reach 3 months for that minister seat. Useless man. You think say now to sell your brother, they give you minister. This is everything. You know fit run am. All those your threats now empty threats. You no fit. We can me tell you, you no fit.